الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون أياما معدودات وقال تعالى في مقام آخر يريد الله بكم اليسر ولا يريد بكم العسر ولتكملوا العدة ولتكبروا الله على ما هداكم ولعلكم تشكرون سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم اللهم صل على سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا وحبيبنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد وبارك وسلم Alhamdulillah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us the month of Ramadan. And we need to remind ourselves as to what Ramadan was for. Ramadan was to gain our goal of taqwa. Allah ta'ala said that Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykum as-siyam kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. We have spoken about it many times. We have reminded ourselves about that many times. And we also know what is taqwa. I have defined that many times. That taqwa is to control ourselves and to keep our desires within the limits set by Allah Ta'ala. That is taqwa. So the Ramadan was an exercise, was our spiritual exercise to control ourselves and to keep our desires within the limits set by Allah Ta'ala. And the way Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala had designed all of this was by even disallowing us to do what was permissible for a certain time period. Allah Ta'ala said, don't eat, don't drink, don't have marital relations from Fajr to Maghrib. It was an exercise that control yourself, and the fact that you are able to even leave permissible things means that you can definitely leave impermissible things. This is what Ramadan was about. It was not about any sort of a get-together or any sort of a festivity or anything like that. It was a spiritual exercise to give us taqwa. People who were not able to achieve taqwa in Ramadan, they have failed to get the goal of Ramadan. And people who did make an effort, we all need to understand that it was to make us people of taqwa not only in Ramadan but throughout the year. For the rest of the 11 months, it was an exercise to make us people of taqwa, or to keep us at that level of taqwa that is desired of all of us by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the goal of Ramadan. So if we revisit Ramadan right now, because we are out of Ramadan, we need to ask ourselves as to where was I before Ramadan, what did I achieve in Ramadan, and what were those goals that I set for myself outside Ramadan. This is something that we need to revisit. I'm assuming that everybody did make some goals. I'm assuming that people did make an effort. I'm assuming that people did change themselves. I'm assuming that people did try to achieve the goal of Ramadan, which was taqwa. And I'm assuming that people have made some sort of intentions in Ramadan that this is what I'm going to keep after Ramadan as well. If people have not done any of these, that means that they have not understood what Ramadan was all about. And that is actually for people who have been listening to me, or people who have been listening to other scholars or other people, and I'm sure that everybody has been giving the same message, then they have possibly listened from one ear and then have taken it out from the same. They have not kept anything in their heart for their action, because that is all what Ramadan was about. So I'm assuming that people had made an effort and people had left those wrongs that they were doing before Ramadan, and they had become better people. They have become people of taqwa, and now they have also set some goals for themselves. Those character problems that we had, I'm assuming that people had already worked on their character issues, and people have also made an intention that I'm now going to take it outside Ramadan. If I would just start screaming, shouting at people, say for example before Ramadan, I'm sure that people must have had controlled themselves and now have made an intention that now I will keep a very close look at myself. I'll keep a check on myself, and every time that such an opportunity will arise that I'll have to, on which I used to scream and shout, I will not scream and shout anymore. For example, if people were not good with their parents, for example, that people will used to either talk back at their parents, or people used to be rude to their parents, or people used to be, their face would change if their parents used to say something before. I'm sure that they must have had worked on themselves in Ramadan, and now they made a commitment that inshallah I'll become a person of absolute obedience to my parents, irrespective of what they say, be it good or bad. It is a possibility. Sometimes the parents don't say the right things. They're humans, right? Everybody's a human, all make mistakes. It is a possibility that they might not say the right things or the best things. And as a child, what should be my response to that? As a child, my response to that is that I should have a face of absolute humility, love, compassion, and care, right? Nobody should be even able to read my face and see as if I did not like what they said. This is taqwa. This is taqwa. If I was not able to control my anger before Ramadan, now I must have had made an effort on my anger issues, and now I must have had made a commitment that I will not get upset and angry anymore. I will control my anger. I will only take out my anger where there is a place to take out anger, Shari, proper reasons to take out my anger, and not anywhere else. I'm just giving some examples, because even those people who do make such efforts, their efforts end at, oh, I did not used to pray properly before, I did not used to, say for example, pray my 5 prayers, which is a shame for a Muslim, because prayer is fard. Whoever misses one prayer intentionally, it is as if he has disbelieved. But say for example, there were people who were in such a major sin, they might have done tawbah from that, and they might have made an intention, I will not miss my prayers anymore. Or, oh, you did not used to pray in Jamaat for men, so they might have made an intention that I will pray in Jamaat now from going onwards. You did not used to pray my Fajr, now that I have gotten into the habit of getting up early in the morning and I was praying in Jamaat, my Fajr prayer in Jamaat, I will continue that outside Ramadan. Even if people make an intention, their intentions finish here. That's all what their intention is about their ibadat. Prayers, fasting, oh I fasted 30 days, so inshallah ta'ala I'll fast 3 days every month. Oh I gave in charity, inshallah I'll take out some in charity even outside Ramadan. All what their intentions are for ibadat, and that's it. And the problem for that is because people consider ibadat as deen, that's it. People think that all our deen is ibadat. All our deen is ibadat. All our deen is about prayers, fasting, charity, hajj, and that's it. The fact that we have failed to understand the concept of deen, the fact that we have failed to understand the definition of deen, that is why we do not make such intentions. And in reality, right, deen, the kamil deen, the complete deen is, as I've repeatedly said, that it is ibadat, but also mu'amalat, mu'ashrat and akhlaqiyat on top of aqaid, of course. You know what, people who have outward deen, I have a beard, I wear an imama or a cap, or there is a woman who covers herself up. You know, when she or he, if I do not try to follow complete deen, kamil deen, if my mu'amalat are not good, my mu'ashrat is not good, my akhlaqiyat is not good, it is not only harming that person himself or herself, but rather it is harming deen. You know, why did I say that? If, say for example, I with my beard and with my imama, I say for example, do not go to certain places on time. I've been invited at a certain place at say 9 p.m. and I go there 9:30 p.m., 10 o'clock, an hour later. What will that do to those people who are not following deen? Here am I coming an hour later, 30 minutes later, with my beard. And these people, what do you think will say? These people say, look, Maulvi Sahab kabhi time pe nahi aate. Here's a Maulvi never comes on time. Here's a person who is outwardly following deen, who's following deen, he never comes on time. Oh, looks, he never keeps up with his promises. Oh, looks, he always cheats. Oh, looks, he runs away with money. So many people have come to me, more than a few cases, and a few cases that people have come to me and they said that they invested with somebody in business partnership, and he said that I invested with him thinking that he is a good person. And how did he identify him as a good person? Because he had a beard. He said, I invested with him in a business partnership and he ran away with my money. Now this person, the other person who did invest with this person thinking he's a good man because he has a beard, he thought that he does follow deen, but when he recognized that he's a cheat, do you think that this person will ever want to follow deen as well if he was not following before? Never. This person who was outwardly following deen and he did his mu'amalat and his mu'ashrat and his akhlaqiyat were not good, he has not only harmed himself, but rather he has harmed deen. He has pushed many people away from deen. He's pushed many people away from deen. If I don't talk to people generally in a good way, right, people will run away from deen. So this is how important it is, and it's so unfortunate that when our deen stops at our beard and our topi and our imama and our jubba and our qubba and our niqab and our hijab and our ibaya, then many a times it happens that we are harming ourselves, but we are also harming deen at the very same time. So that's why I'm assuming that people who are at least listening to what I've been saying, and I've learned it from my teachers, and alhamdulillah I've been lucky enough to get very, very good teachers in that regard who have taught me kamil deen, complete deen. I'm assuming that inshallah people must have made this intention in Ramadan as well, that I'm also going to control my anger. I'm also going to control my gaze. I'm also going to control my tongue. If I have the habit of talking all the time, then I will not talk all the time anymore. I'll control my tongue and I'll watch over my words as to what I've been saying. I'm assuming that they have also made an intention. They will try to follow time. They will be punctual in things. They will not be dishonest anymore. They will not be lying anymore. They will not be backbiting anymore. They will not be looking down upon people anymore. They will not be making fun of people anymore. They will be, as I said, obedient to their parents, good to their parents, humble to their parents, good to their elders, be merciful on their young ones, etc., etc., etc. They've also made a commitment for that. Because that is deen, and this is what Ramadan came for. To give us that self-control over our own nafs. To give us our self-control over our own nafs. This is what the whole purpose of Ramadan was all about. It gave us self-control, right? By going through that exercise of not eating, not drinking, despite of the fact that we wanted to eat and we wanted to drink. इसलिए आया था रमज़ान, अपने ऊपर काबू देने के लिए, अपने नफ्स पे काबू देने के लिए. अगर नफ्स पे काबू नहीं पा सके अभी तक तो रमज़ान फौत हो गया. We have missed Ramadan if we are not able to still control ourselves. Right? Now we'll have to wait for another year. And who has seen next year? It's a long time, right? See, nafs has desires. Nafs has these desires. All of us have desires. We have desires to eat, drink. We have desires to look around. We have desires to to make sure that I'm able to control everybody. Everybody honors me. I have the desire that I have money, I have the desire that I have a good car, I have a desire that I have a good house, etc. We all have these desires. And people want to fulfill their desires. But on top of these desires, Allah Ta'ala has also given us something which is our intellect, aql. Right? And Allah Ta'ala wants that we learn ilm of shariat, of sunnah. And that is learned through aql. Now Allah Ta'ala wants that we use our aql to tell ourselves as to what is right and what is wrong, and then control ourselves and keep ourselves within the limit that is right, and don't go outside the limit that is wrong. This is what Allah Ta'ala wants all of us to behave. This is how Allah Ta'ala wants all of us to behave. And if we use our aql, everybody will be able to, number one, judge themselves. Number two, we tell ourselves as to what's right and what's wrong. For example, somebody smokes a lot of cigarettes, right? His desires are out of control. He enjoys smoking cigarettes, and that's all what he does. If you ask this man, my friend, what do you think about smoking cigarettes? Is it good or bad for your health? What do you think his answer would be? Good for your health? No. He'll say, don't ask me. Go and ask somebody else. Don't you know I'm a chain smoker? Right? No, please, I want to know. That is smoking good for health or bad for health? And he will say, you know what? I know it's bad for health, but make dua for me that I'll be able to control myself. So aql is telling him it is bad. It is just that he is not able to either use his aql or is not able to control himself. One out of the two. Either he is not thinking or he is not able to control himself. So first we need to use our aql, our intellect, and tell ourselves what's right, what's wrong. Right? For example, we are outside and there is a woman walking around, the eyes wants to look at her, use your aql. We have been taught this, we have learned this, what does Allah Ta'ala want from us, what are the consequences of that, etc., etc., etc. Use our aql. What will happen? Have a munazara with your own self, honestly. Have a debate with your own self. What will I get out of it? Kya milega mujhe? Right? Will I be able to get this woman? No. Right? Nafs says, look. What if she turns out to be not so good looking? Ise kehte hain gunah-e be-lazat. Right? You don't get any pleasure out of it, and also you got a sin as well. Right? What if, it just makes me desperate? What if I do some other sin? Have a debate with yourself. If the nafs is going out of control, look. Ask yourself, what will you get? This is using aql. So, first thing first, give yourself logical answers. And Honestly speaking, if we are honest with ourselves, if we are good with our own selves, then through those logical answers we'll be able to convince ourselves we'll not hopefully do that. If not, if you're not able to convince ourselves through logical answers, then warn yourself about the consequences in dunya and akhirat. Barakat will be lifted. Blessings will be gone. What will happen in my grave? What will happen on the day of judgment? How will I be able to bear the punishment of ma'azallah, Jahannam, or the day of judgment? قل إني أخاف إن عصيت ربي عذاب يوم عظيم. Tell that I fear if I disobey my Rabb, I fear the azab on that day. Quran says that. मुझे डर लगता है, अपने आप को समझाएं कि अगर मैंने अल्लाह की नाफरमानी की तो मुझे उस दिन का अजाब ना मिल जाए. This is debate with your own self. Use aql. This is how you control yourself. Prophet ﷺ also gave logical answers, isn't it, to some people. One Sahabi came to the Prophet ﷺ, said, Ya Rasulullah, please allow me to fornicate. Ajeeb relationship that the Prophet ﷺ had with people. They never felt shy in telling him what's going wrong with them. They never felt shy. Some of our elders, if you go to them and tell them, I feel like cheating, I feel like doing this, I feel like doing that wrong. What do you think their response will be? Da, 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 da. How come Jahannami? You're into the hellfire. How can you even think like that? If you go and tell somebody, I get such wasawis. They're only wasawis, right? Shaitan is putting wasawis in their head. Da, 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 da. How come you're kafir? Well, he's only telling his wasawis, he wants some mashwara as to what should I do. He's come for counseling. But unfortunately, some people do that. I'm telling those elders who do so, don't do that. Right? Prophet ﷺ, he had that open relationship with everybody, with elders, with young people, with children, with even women would come and they ask him very open questions very openly. Sayyidah Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha says that the women of Ansar, although they were very shy generally, but when it came down to asking questions from the Prophet ﷺ, they never felt shy because they came to learn ilm. So this Sahabi came to the Prophet ﷺ and asked him, Ya Rasulullah, I feel like fornicating. Prophet ﷺ did not tell him, it will take you to Jahannam. He did not tell him that what azab of the qabr he will get if he does so. What did he say? He said, oh, my son, do you want that same act be done with your mother? No, Ya Rasulullah. Do you want that same act be done with your sister? No, Ya Rasulullah. Do you want that same act be done with your aunt? No, Ya Rasulullah. So he said, if you want to fornicate with somebody, then she must be somebody's mother. She must be somebody's daughter. She must be somebody's sister. She might be somebody's wife. That's it. He said, and then Prophet ﷺ also put his hand on his blessed chest and made dua for him. Ya Allah, forgive him and guide him. This Sahabi said that when I came into the company of the Prophet ﷺ, this was the most beloved act. Yani, I couldn't resist myself. That's why he's coming to seek permission, right? You can understand that how much it must have been on his head. But he said, when I left the company of the Prophet ﷺ, it was the most detested act in my heart. I hated that. He understood. Samajh mein aa gayi. Use of aql. Prophet ﷺ provoked his intellect. Think. Right? That's what we should do. Think. Reflect. We need to use our aql in order to control ourselves, but it is all about controlling ourselves. This life is all about controlling ourselves. Otherwise, there is no difference between a human being and an animal, because animal does whatever he feels like doing. Animal does it. If somebody provokes my anger and if I start shouting, da 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 da, right? What's the difference between me and an animal who also does not control anything? It's tough, yes, but this is being human, this is being brave. If I just look at everybody who's walking on the street, what's the difference between me and an animal? If I say whatever I feel like saying, what's the difference between me and an animal? The dog barks all the time, right? If I'm not able to control myself, there is no difference between me and an animal. The only reason that Allah Ta'ala has given me priority or a status over animals is because I am a human being and I am supposed to be controlling myself. Otherwise, Allah Ta'ala has said that in the Quran, that if you do not understand the purpose of your life, أُولَٰئِكَ كَالْأَنْعَامِ بَلْ هُمْ أَضَلُّ أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْغَافِلُونَ. They're ghafil people, don't know what they're supposed to be doing in this dunya. They are worse than animals. Allah Ta'ala is saying they're worse than animals. So please, this was the whole exercise of Ramadan. To be able to control ourselves. Allah Ta'ala said, look, you can. Allah Ta'ala is showing that. We cannot tell Allah, Ya Allah, sorry, but we couldn't control ourselves. Allah Ta'ala is saying, look, you did. You did. Right? Did you not stop eating, drinking and all of that? For all of these hours, 17 hours, 20 hours at some places. I was in the UK for like 6-7 days. 20-hour long fasting. Did you not control yourself there? Well, how can you say that I was not able to control? I can. Everybody can. And everybody must. Right? There's no excuse, friends. There's no excuse. And this is what a human being is supposed to be. Like, control yourself. Learn ilm of Shariat, of Sunnat. Learn what Quran says. Learn what the Sunnat is like. Learn how did Prophet ﷺ live with people. His Sunnat is so open. There is no other Prophet, alayhimussalam, maybe peace and blessings of Allah Ta'ala be upon all of them. There is no other Prophet who have that their life history or their life has been preserved so much as is of our Prophet ﷺ. Every single thing. Prophet ﷺ said to people, just relate regarding me whatever you see in me. Even so much so that he said it to his wives. Relate regarding me whatever you see in me. Maybe I look like a very pious person outside, but my reality is in my house. If you need to know my reality, go and ask my wife. If she thinks that I'm a bad person, I'm a bad person, irrespective of how good do I look like outside in the community. So कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. खैरुकुम खैरुकुम लिअहलिही. The best amongst you is the one who is best with his family, with his wife and in children. Being good with friends is not a big deal. Be good with your wife all the time is really a big deal. Seriously. It's difficult, right? Because you are with them all the time. Majority of the time. You see them, you see their moods. You see, sometimes you make a mistake and they might get upset. Now, how to react on them getting upset? It is also something that tells you, that takes out your personality, etc. It's tough. It's not easy to be a good person in the house. So it's all about controlling ourselves. That's what Ramadan taught us, right? Please. So what was I saying? I was saying learn the ilm of Shariat, learn the ilm of Sunnat, look as to how did Prophet ﷺ behave with everybody, with his wives, with children. Prophet ﷺ said everything of his life is so open to us, so clear to us. He said to his wives, relate to regarding me whatever you see in me, so much so that their personal matters, their intimate matters are also related to us by the wives of the Prophet ﷺ. It's so amazing that every single thing regarding our deen has been related to us from him, has been narrated to us from him. So learn his sunnah, and then this is our baseline. He is our role model. That is what we need to do in our lives, and that's what makes us a good human being. That's what makes us a Muslim. And that's what going to, help us inshallah ta'ala in this dunya, in our grave and on the day of judgment. That is why Ramadan came. Isliye ayat Ramzan. अगर लोगों ने नहीं समझा रमज़ान क्यों आया था, तो चले अभी समझ जाएं. Although the exercise is over, but inshallah there are still some effects of those exercises. उसके असरात तो बाकी हैं. If you did not make a goal in Ramadan, what we should be doing outside Ramadan, it's only 3 days or 2 days gone after Ramadan, we can still make that goal. That's why I wanted to talk about this today. That inshallah, if we have not made that goal, let's make a goal as to what we should be doing now for the next 11 months until next Ramadan. To make a list, look into yourself, identify your shortcomings. I have this wrong, this is my weakness. Inshallah, I'm going to work on it. I'm going to have a very close look at myself, observe myself, and whenever I'll be in such a situation where I may fall short, I will make sure that I will behave at that time, control myself. Whenever I will feel like, my mood might change with my parents, with my children, with my wife, with my husband, with my friends, with my sisters, with my brothers, with other people around, with my colleagues at work, right? I know that these are the times when I could not behave, I lost my control, I lost my temper. I will make sure that I will have a very close look at myself and observe myself at that time and will behave at that time. If my anger was out of control, I'll make sure I'll control my anger. If my eyes were out of control, I'll make sure that I'll control my eyes. If I've been into the habit of backbiting when I sit with others, especially women, when they sit with each other, I'll make sure that I control my tongue and not backbite anybody. I'll watch my words. I'll hear my own words and see what am I talking about. If I had the habit of lying, I make sure that every single word that I speak will be truth and not a lie, etc. Ye goal bana le apna. Please make this goal if we have not made a goal like that. If I was lazy, make sure that I forcefully do things in a way that will take me out of this laziness. That is also something that is not recommended. Prophet ﷺ used to make dua. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-bukhli wal kasal. Ya Allah, I seek refuge in you from the fact that I'm stingy or the fact that I'm lazy. Laziness is not deen. The way Prophet ﷺ used to walk was he used to walk with a purpose. It comes in the hadith that Sahaba narrate the Prophet ﷺ would walk as if he is coming downhill. जब ऊपर से नीचे आए तो तेज चलते हैं आहिस्ता चलते हैं. You walk fast, right, when you're coming downhill. That's how he used to walk, fast, as if he has a purpose in life. He knows where is he going. He knows why is he going. He was not lazy. He would walk fast. He won't waste his time. So if I was lazy, I would make sure that I take this laziness out of myself. If I was heedless, I make sure that I'm not heedless anymore. If things are put, here and there, and sometimes we are so heedless we don't even care. Okay, there is a tissue paper lying here and a tissue paper lying there, and we walk past by that and we don't get tawfiq to pick that up and throw it in the garbage. That's heedlessness. That is not deen. Ya ayyuhal mudassir qum fa'anzir وَثِيَابَكَ فَطَاهِرْ وَالرُّجْزَ فَهْجُرْ. Allah Ta'ala says to the Prophet ﷺ, telling him, giving him the instructions right at the start of his prophethood.
Stand up and go and warn your people. And make sure that your clothes are clean, and make sure that you're away from all filth. You cut off from filth. You stay away from filth. That's part of our deen. If I've had the habit of remaining dirty, make sure that I also get out of that. This is why Ramadan came. Not just that I'm going to pray 5 times a day and that's it, or I'm going to pray in the masjid and that's it. Kamil deen, complete deen, end-to-end deen, and we all have our weaknesses. I have my weaknesses. I know that. It's a tawfiq of Allah Ta'ala, by the way, that Allah Ta'ala shows us our weaknesses. Do you know that? When Allah Ta'ala His mercy falls on somebody, Allah Ta'ala shows him his weaknesses. That is a sign that Allah Ta'ala is happy with that person. ये अल्लाह की अपने बंदे से खुश होने की निशानी होती है कि उसके ऐब अल्लाह ताला उसको दिखा देते हैं. And it is a sign of the anger of Allah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not show people their weaknesses. It is a sign of anger. This person thinks I'm the best. Allah ta'ala is upset and angry at that person, that Allah ta'ala does not show him his weaknesses and his shortcomings. All those people who think that I'm perfect, there's no problem with me, they should do a lot of istighfar, because that is a sign of Allah Ta'ala getting upset at that person. Allah Ta'ala is not showing him his weaknesses and his shortcomings. डरना चाहिए अल्लाह से. जो बंदा अपने आप को अच्छा समझता है, अल्लाह की नाराज़गी की निशानी है. जो बंदा अपने आप को बुरा समझता है, ये अल्लाह ताला की उस बंदे से खुश होने की निशानी है. Not these people of Allah, they're always, literally, they don't do tasannu', they don't just show off, they don't just make it up. You ask them about, you tell them good things about themselves, they say, I have nothing, I have no good in me. They're not just being humble. What they say, they feel it as well. They think, who am I? Mere andar kya kamal hai? What's good in me? Because all what they see in themselves is wrong. Even their ibadat, they feel that's wrong. Their tarawih, they feel that's wrong. Their fasting was wrong. Their prayers are wrong. They pray 20 rakahs, and at the end of the 20 rakahs of tarawih, they don't feel anything after that except being ashamed, nadamat, kis guilt. Nadamat ke siwa kuch nazar hi nahi aata. 20 rakat pad li, astaghfirullah, what did I do? And people who Allah Ta'ala is upset at them, after they pray 20 rakahs and long rakahs, they feel, as if I've conquered Mount Everest or something. They boast about themselves. They're so proud about themselves. They should do a lot of istighfar and tawbah. Ya Allah, I'm so sorry. Why are you upset at me? What have I done that have made you upset? Ya Allah, please show me my shortcomings and show me my weaknesses to me. Sayyidina Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu used to make dua. Allahumma ja'alni fi a'yunini saghira wa fi a'yunin nasi kabira. Then, oh Allah, make me small in my own eyes, and Ya Allah, make me big in the eyes of the people. Why? Because, if you all start looking down upon me, then why would you listen to me? Because I have to tell you about Allah and His deen and the sunnah and all of that. I want that people respect me to a certain degree, right? So that you can listen to me. But if I start looking at myself as a good person, then I'll never improve myself, right? I'll be static. I will not be moving from where I am today. So that's the dua that he used to make. Ya Allah, make me small in my own eyes, but Ya Allah, make me big in the eyes of the people. तो अल्लाह से मांगा करें, अल्लाह मुझे मेरे ऐब दिखा दे. Ya Allah, please show me my shortcomings, and also give me tawfiq to work on those shortcomings. If I know I'm sick, if I know I have fever, if I know I have flu, if I know that I have some sort of a disease, right, and I'm not working on it, I'm not doing anything about it, and I continue to live my life the way that I've been living, maybe that disease will not get cured because I did not do anything, right? ये भी बात नहीं होती, हाँ मुझे पता है मुझे गुस्सा आता है, मुझे पता है मुझे हसद है, मुझे पता है मेरे अंदर बुखल है, मुझे पता है मेरे अंदर बुज़दिली है, मेरे पता है मेरे अंदर सुस्ती है, काहिली है, हाँ जी मुझे पता है। ये क्या बात हुई, मुझे पता है सिर्फ? What does it mean? That I know I'm coward, I know I'm lazy, I know I'm stingy, I know I can't control my temper, I know, but we need to work on it as well. We also need to work on that and try to improve ourselves, right? So people, this is what insaniyat is, this is what Islam is, this is what Allah Ta'ala wants from all of us. This is all what life is about, people. This is all what life is about. Life is not a bed of roses. Life is not something that we just enjoy. Life is not anything else. Life is not Jannat. ये दुनिया जन्नत नहीं है. This is Darul Imtihan. This is the place of examination. Sometimes we do feel that, oh, you know what? I have been able to get over from one of my shortcomings. Maybe I think like that. Then you know what will happen? Allah Ta'ala will put us into a test. And then we will know ourselves that if I've been able to control myself or not, if I've been able to overcome my shortcoming or not. Allah Ta'ala will put me into a test. A situation will be created. Say for example, I was not able to control my anger. And I work on myself, I realized, number one. Number two, I think that I've been able to control that. Maybe somebody passing by will pass a comment on me which is not very good. That here is a test from Allah. Now, if I'm really able to control my anger, right, although I'm getting angry, but I don't say anything. I don't take any words out of my tongue, right? Rather ignore that person and just walk. That means that yes, Alhamdulillah. What should I say? Huh? What a great man am I? No, Alhamdulillah. Ala hazi tawfiq. This tawfiq from Allah Ta'ala. Allah, thank you very much. All praise to you, Ya Allah. If you had not given me tawfiq, وَمَا تَوْفِيقِي إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. My tawfiq came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ya Allah, thank you so much. Happy with Allah and Allah is happy with you. Enter amongst my slaves and then I'll enter all of you into my Jannat. This is the way Allah Ta'ala calls this nafs. But which is that nafs who has worked on themselves, been able to control themselves and made a struggle with themselves and made dua to Allah Ta'ala, have done that spiritual exercise and have used Ramadan for that exercise, because Ramadan is, as I said, is a perfect environment. Shayateen, evil-minded shayateen are chained. Right? Allah Ta'ala is not letting us even use permissible things. Right? The environment is created. Everybody is doing it. It's not one person doing it. Allah Ta'ala says, all of you do it together. So the whole environment is set for that exercise. So if we don't use that, then, when will we do that exercise? But anyway, that is over. What I want to remind all of us today and myself, that if we have not made any goals, people, let's make those goals, inshallah. And this is what we need to be doing. This is what we need to be doing. Control ourselves, control our nafs. Then ibadat will become part of that. Ibadat will become part of that. Why don't I get up for Fajr? Because I'm lazy. I'm lazy. I love sleep more than Allah. Right? That's why I do not get up for Fajr. Why don't I get up for Tahajjud? Because I'm lazy. I love sleep more than Allah, more than standing in front of Allah Ta'ala, more than talking to Allah Ta'ala. What a pity, right? So once I be able to control myself and control my laziness and control my emotions and my desires and love and let go of the love of the dunya, rather love Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, then of course I'll be able to get up for Tahajjud, I'll be able to get up for Fajr, I'll be able to go to the masjid to pray Fajr, all of men, etc. So inshallah it will also help us in controlling our weaknesses in relationship to our ibadat. But please don't just keep yourself to ibadat. Also understand complete deen and work on complete deen, inshallah ta'ala. तो उसके लिए मेहनत करनी है सब लोगों ने इंशाअल्लाह ताला. We all need to work on ourselves. तो उसके लिए इंशाअल्लाह सब लोग तौबा भी कर लें. Let's all do tawbah as well for all the wrongs that we have done in Ramadan, or generally all the wrongs that we do outside Ramadan as well. We beg Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He accepts all of what we have done in Ramadan, our fasting, our taraweeh, our zikr, our tilawat of the Quran. And that's another thing, people, that I want to remind once again, yet again. Please, we have just come out of the month of Quran. Shahru Ramadan alladhi unzila fihi al-Quran. The month of Ramadan is the month in which Allah Ta'ala sent down Quran. The whole Quran was taken down from Allahul Mahfuz to Sama'ud Dunya in Ramadan on Laylatul Qadr. Revelation from Sama'ud Dunya to the heart of the Prophet ﷺ was also taken down in Ramadan in Laylatul Qadr. So I'm also assuming that inshallah all of us have recited Quran at least once cover to cover. I'm assuming that. कि सब ने एक दफ़ा कुरान की तिलावत तो ज़रूर की होगी. Especially people who have been with us either online or in person, because I've been reminding people that we should recite Quran at least once cover to cover. I'm assuming that everybody has done so. But let's not ignore Quran anymore. Amongst the list that we will make or we have made, one item in that list should also be that, Ya Allah, I'm not going to leave Quran anymore. And what I've also been recommending and requesting is that please understand Quran. Please understand Quran. Please understand Quran. It is one of the calamities of this ummah that we have left Quran. We have not been understanding Quran. It's a calamity of this ummah. It is such a calamity that there have been places that they feel that it is not a good thing to have duroos of Quran. Literally. Quran ka dars nahi hona. Or they will have everything but dars of Quran. There is exaggeration in everything is bad. Be it on either side. On this side or that side. There are people who are having duroos of Quran, the gatherings of Quran, without knowing ABC of Quran. But then there are people, his father, Allama Iqbal's father, it is written about him that when Allama Iqbal was young, his father called him one day, come, I'll need to talk to you. Very obedient child, very good child. He went to him at that time. Aajkal ke bacche to sunte nahi. So father said to him, all right, you know what? Come tomorrow. I don't feel like talking today. Didn't even say a word. Why did you call me then? He went, G, my father. Came back the next day. His father said, go, come back tomorrow. I'll talk tomorrow. G. Didn't ask, why have you been calling me? The third day he came. So his father said to him, Beta, I've seen you reciting Quran. He used to love Quran even when he was young. Allama Iqbal. So he said, Beta, I've seen you reciting Quran. I want to tell you how you should recite Quran. He said, Gee. He said, recite Quran as if Allah Ta'ala is revealing it onto you. ऐसे कुरान पढ़ो जैसे तुम पे नाज़िल हो रहा है कुरान. And it is coming for me, not for him or him or him or him. As if it is coming for me. The ayat about mu'mineen are for me. The ayat of kuffar are for me. The ayat of munafiqeen are for me. The ayat of mushrikeen are about me. And then, as I said, obedient son, J. Didn't argue. I know how to read Quran. This is what our generations are like. मुझे पता है. आपको क्या पता? He read Quran like that, and you can feel that in his poetry. Read Allama Iqbal's poetry and you will know that he really understood Quran. All his poetry is the summary of Quran. वो ज़माने में मुअज़्ज़ज़ थे मुसलमान होकर और तुम खार हुए तारिक कुरान होकर. We need to get back to Quran. We need to understand Quran. Every day there should be some time when we should recite, read a good translation. I've been recommending Hazrat Maulana Mufti Taqi Sahab, Damat Barakatuhum's translation, Asan Tarjuma Quran in Urdu, and in English it is in the name of the Noble Quran. Please read translation. There is some commentary that he has also written underneath, some hashia. Read that. That should be the least, and ideally should read a tafsir of the Quran. Take Ma'ariful Quran, which is actually it's a combination of some tafsir that is done by Hazrat Maulana Mufti Shafi Sahab, Rahmatullah alayhi, and others. Some very good tafsir out there by our ulama. Please, ideally we should be reading tafsir, try to understand what Quran is. And as one of my teachers has said, that it is also the duty of the ulama that they should tell people about the solutions of their everyday life, be it their personal lives, their personal issues, their spiritual issues, their worldly issues, or the communal issues. They should also give people the solutions to all of their issues from Quran, because Quran has given a solution of everything. The story of Badr has not just come to tell us a story. The story of Uhud has not just come to tell us a story. The story of Ahzab has not only come to tell us a story. The story of Hunayn is not just to give us a story. The story of Yusuf al-Islam has not just come to give us a story. The story of Banu Israel has not come to just give us a story. There are lessons in that. This is what they did, this is what happened to them, and if you do that, the same will happen to you. And all of our situations, our personal situations, our spiritual issues, our communal issues, as I said, the answers to them are in the Quran. It is the job of the ulama to tell people about the answers to their solutions. But us, as individuals, we should at least read the good translation, some commentary on that, and then also ideally read tafsir. Please, we should also, in that list that we have made or we will make today, inshallah, or tomorrow, give you 24 hours, inshallah, to make that list. If you have not made that list, make sure that this is also on your list, friends, that I will understand Quran. I will not leave Quran. I will not let go of Quran. Because Allah Ta'ala gives honor to those who hook up to His Quran. Allah Ta'ala gives honor to those people who hook up to His Quran. Quran was written, Allah Ta'ala made it right down on Allahul Mahfuz. Allah Ta'ala gave Allahul Mahfuz honor. Allah Ta'ala sent it down to the heart of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Allah Ta'ala made him a Sayyidul Anbiya. Allah Ta'ala sent it through Jibreel alayhi salam. He became Sayyidul Malaika. Allah Ta'ala started sending it down in the city of Makkah. وَالتِّينِ وَالزَّيْتُونِ وَطُورِ سِينِينَ وَهَذَا الْبَلَدِ الْأَمِينَ. Allah Ta'ala gave honor to that city. Whoever will hook up to Quran or will have any association with the Quran, a Hafiz of Quran, Allah Ta'ala says he will be able to intercede on behalf of 10 people on the Day of Judgment. But for those who will be able to keep up with the Quran, 2 will also act on that Quran, that Hafiz. Also act on what he has memorized. The parents of those children who became Hafiz, Allah Ta'ala will also crown them honor them with the crown of Nur on the Day of Judgment. Right? Because they encourage their children to become Hafiz of Quran. Whoever has any association with Quran, Allah Ta'ala gives that person respect. But why not? And why not? Because they have some association with the Kalam of Allah Ta'ala, which is the sift of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. So make sure that we also go back to Quran, hook ourselves up to Quran, understand Quran, became Amil of the Quran, became the Nashir of the Quran. We should become the ones who publicize Quran, I beg Allah Ta'ala and request Allah Ta'ala, this my encouragement of mine, may Allah Ta'ala accept this encouragement that I am giving to all about Quran, and may Allah Ta'ala make it the source of my forgiveness of all those shortcomings that I have, and there are too many. But believe me that whoever hooks up to Quran, Allah Ta'ala will definitely give him honor and respect in this dunya, in the qabr, and on the day of judgment. Please make sure that we recite Quran every day, not just recite it in Ramadan, but rather we should have it in our, we should have access to our Quran. There are some people who have put Quran at a place in their shelf that they are not even able to pick that up. They need a ladder for that, or a stool for that, in order to stand up on that and get it. Please, don't do that. Don't just take it down in Ramadan, rather just keep it with you all the time. Every day, recite it, understand it, and make a niyat to act upon it. And as I said, believe me, all of our solutions are in there if you just read that with some tadabbur. أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ أَمْ عَلَى قُلُوبٍ أَقْفَالُهَا. Allah Ta'ala says, why don't they reflect on the Quran? Do they have a lock on their hearts? Are their hearts sealed? Why? Why not? Inshallah Ta'ala, ye bhi karna hai. So let's all do tawbah, inshallah, from all the wrongs that we have done. Please. We can never feel satisfied and can never feel at ease until Allah Ta'ala sends His angels to take us back. जब तक अल्लाह फरिश्ता नहीं भेज देते ना, हम चैन से बैठ ही नहीं सकते. Never. Right. Never. Eid is over. Now get back on track. Eid was a day of eating, drinking, enjoying, showing happiness, meeting with people, playing with kids, and just like relax. Eid is over. How many days are Eid al-Fitr? टरू मरू जो है ना, वो सारे वो हमने बना लिए. ईद आना चाहिए ना हमें कुछ करने का functions. Eid was one day and it's over. Some people might argue, no, today is a Eid in New Zealand. In some places in the UK, they are celebrating Eid, mashallah. One ummah, 3 Eids. But that's fine. Whenever is your Eid or was your Eid, right? Eid will be over or is over, inshallah ta'ala. Let's get back on track. Let's again start working on ourselves. And this effort will continue, as I said, until our death. तो उसके लिए step number 1, once again do tawbah from all the wrongs that we have done or we have been doing. अल्लाह से माफ़ी मांग लें और इंशाल्लाह अज़म कर लें, इरादा कर लें, नियत कर लें, commitment कर लें अल्लाह ताला के साथ that inshallah we will work on ourselves. And Ya Allah, it cannot happen without your tawfiq, Ya Allah. It cannot happen without your tawfiq. Right? Does it mean we'll become angels? No. फरिश्ते नहीं बन जाएंगे. कुल्लु बनी आदमा खत्ताउन व खैरुल खत्ताईना अत-तव्वाबून. Prophet ﷺ said, all Banu Adam, all children of Adam alayhi are not who make mistakes, are the ones who make a lot of mistakes. Khatta'un. They make a lot of mistakes. We'll keep slipping. We'll keep falling short. But what should be our response? Right away. Astaghfirullah. Wa khairul khatta'in at-tawwabun. The best of those who make a lot of mistakes are one who make a lot of tawbah. Who make a lot of tawbah, not just once. वो तौबा करते रहते हैं. उधर गलती हुई तो तौबा की, गलती हुई तौबा की, गलती हुई तौबा की. Right? And that also shows that we try not to make mistakes intentionally, but rather we do slip. But as soon as we slip, we just get up again. Astaghfirullah, Ya Allah, I'm sorry. Astaghfirullah, I won't do that again. Right? Again start walking towards Allah. Maybe we'll slip again. Stand up again. Astaghfirullah, I'm sorry, Ya Allah, I won't do that again. Again start walking towards Allah Ta'ala. So let's all make tawbah. We should be doing tawbah every day, all the time, morning, evening, right? Every once in a while, after every gathering, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. After every gathering, astaghfirullah, atubu ilayk, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. After prayer, astaghfirullah. After Ramadan, astaghfirullah. After Hajj, astaghfirullah. After Umrah, astaghfirullah. After even good deeds, astaghfirullah. Right? Astaghfirullah. Of course, when we do fall short, astaghfirullah. So we beg Allah Ta'ala for forgiveness, Allah se maafi mangte hain. And we ask Allah Ta'ala to give us tawfiq to stand strong and be able to win this race of life. We beg Allah Ta'ala to allow us to be successful at the end of this life, inshallah ta'ala. فَمَنْ زُحْزِهِ عَنِ النَّارِ وَأُدْخِلَ الْجَنَّةَ فَقَدْ فَازَ. فَقَدْ فَازَ. Allah Ta'ala says, who is saved from the hellfire and is entered into Jannat, he is successful. Hazrat Maulana Manzoor Nomani Sahab, Rahmatullah alayh, big buzurg of the subcontinent, used to get a lot of good dreams and a lot of mubasharat. And he used to only tell it to his sons. His son, Maulana Sajjad Nomani Sahab, Ta'ud Barakatum, he has told me that my father used to only tell us sons about all the good dreams or the good things that will happen, the isharat from Allah Ta'ala. He said, he used to tell his sons, don't tell it to anybody else. Kisi ko nahi batana. Sirf tumhe bata raha hu. But then he says, what's the point? He used to say, what's the point of all of this? Because the true day of happiness would be when Allah Ta'ala will give the certificate of completion, the certificate of maghfirat on the day of judgment. Today you are forgiven. That will be the day of happiness. Because this is success. This is not. आज लोगों को कोई अच्छा ख्वाब आ जाता है, ऐसे खुश होते हैं, ऐसे बताते हैं जैसे पता नहीं बस जन्नत का फरमाना हाथ में दे दिया अल्लाह ने. Right? Some people see good dreams and they think that as if they've succeeded in this test of life. We have not yet succeeded until that we die and Allah Ta'ala gives us that certificate of completion or certificate of success on the day of judgment. When Allah Ta'ala will give us our book of deeds in our right hand, that will be the day of success. وَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ بِيَمِينِهِ فَيَقُولُ هَا أُمُقْرَأُ كِتَابِيَ إِنِّي ظَنَنْتُ أَنِّي مُلَاقٍ حِسَابِيَ. They will say, read my book. I knew that I was going to meet Allah Ta'ala on this day. I knew that I was going to be tested on this day. I knew that I would be judged for all of my amal on this day. And that's what I made an effort for all my life. Today, read my book. I've worked for that. And ma'azallah, people who don't make an effort, their books will be written, will be given in their left hands. وَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابُهُ بِشِمَالِهِ. What will they say? يَقُولُ يَا لَيْتَنِي لَمْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابِي. क्या है? لَمْ أُوتَ كِتَابِيَ وَلَمْ أَدْرِ مَا حِسَابِيَ. ما أغنى عني ماليا خلق عني سلطانيا. मुझे पता ही नहीं था हिसाब क्या होता है. I didn't even think about it. I wish that I was not given this book. My wealth didn't help me. My power, it just destroyed me. خُذُوهُ فَخُلُّوهُ ثُمَّ الْجَحِيمَ صَلُّوهُ. Allah Ta'ala say, hold him, chain him, throw him into the hell. Yeah, this is what life is. Sab tawbah kar le inshallah. For niyat kar le inshallah small. Let's all do tawbah and make a niyat that inshallah we are going to work on ourselves all our life. I thank Allah for Ramadan. Thank you so much for Ramadan. Thank you. Thank Allah Ta'ala for this opportunity, yet another opportunity. And we beg Allah Ta'ala that we be able to keep all what Allah Ta'ala gave to us spiritually in the month of Ramadan. We beg Allah to preserve it for us. And we beg Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala to increase us in those spiritual blessings that He has given to us. And may we be able to benefit from those blessings throughout the year until, inshallah, whoever amongst us will be able to live the next Ramadan. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. दुआ कर लें सब. उससे पहले तौबा कर लें इंशाल्लाह. Let's all recite these kalimat with the niyat of tawbah.
सब लोग मेरे साथ साथ तौबा की नीयत से कलिमात पढ़ लें. If there's anybody who wants to take bayat of tawbah, they can also make the niyat of bayat of tawbah as well. So everybody, if they can recite, say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, Amantu billahi wa malaikatihi wa kutubihi wa rusulihi wal yawmil akhiri wal qadri khairihi wa sharrihi min Allahi ta'ala والبعث بعد الموت آمنت بالله كما هو بأسمائه وصفاته وقبلت جميع أحكامه إقرار باللسان وتصديق بالقلب أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أستغفر الله ربي من كل ذنب وأتوب إليه برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. इंशाअल्लाह हमेशा की तरह ख़त्मात शरीफ भी पढ़ लेते हैं इंशाअल्लाह. बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम. अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला सय्यिदिना मुहम्मद व अला आलि सय्यिदिना मुहम्मद व बारिक वसल्लम. बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम. हस्बुनल्लाहु व निअमल वकील. बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम. अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला सय्यिदिना मुहम्मद व अला आलि सय्यिदिना मुहम्मद व बारिक वसल्लम. बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम. ला हौला वला कुव्वता इल्ला बिल्लाह. ला हौला वला कुव्वता इल्ला बिल्लाह. ला हौला वला बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम. अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला सय्यिदिना मुहम्मद व अला आलि सय्यिदिना मुहम्मद व बारिक वसल्लम. सल्लि अला सय्यिदिना मुहम्मद. बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम. ला इलाहा इल्ला अंता सुब्हानक इन्नी कुन्तु मिनज़ ज़ालिमीन. ला इलाहा इल्ला अंता सुब्हानक ला इलाहा इल्ला अंता ला इलाहा इल्ला अंता सुब्हानक ला इलाहा इल्ला अंता सुब्हानक. बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम. अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला सय्यिदिना मुहम्मद व अला आलि सय्यिदिना मुहम्मद व बारिक वसल्लम. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك أستغيث.
برحمتك أستغيث يا قيوم برحمتك أستغيث.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله ولي الذين آمنوا. الله ولي الذين آمنوا. الله ولي الذين آمنوا. الله ولي الله ولي الذين الله الله ولي الذين آمنوا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وبارك وسلم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والله ولي المؤمنين. 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 والله ولي والله ولي المؤمنين. والله ولي الله ولي الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا وبارك وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. صل على سيدنا محمد. سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل. وعلى آل سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. थोड़ी देर के लिए मुराकबा कर लें. Let's do मुराकबा for a few minutes. मुराकबा actually is to do the zikr of Allah Ta'ala in the heart. मुराकबा दिल में अल्लाह को याद करने का नाम है. The way to do that is that for some time just forget about everything. Focus on your heart, the left hand side of your chest, that as if it is my spiritual heart and as if it is calling on to the name of Allah Ta'ala and as if I am listening to it. थोड़ी देर के लिए सीने में बाईं तरफ ये ध्यान करके बैठें कि जैसे मेरा दिल जो है वो अल्लाह 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 कह रहा है और जैसे कि मैं सुन रहा हूँ. दुनिया की हर चीज़ से हट कट के उसको भूल कर थोड़ी देर के लिए आंखें बंद करके अपने सीने में ध्यान करें कि जैसे मेरा दिल कह रहा है अल्लाह अल्लाह अल्लाह, जैसे कि मैं सुन रहा हूँ. ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह मुहम्मद रसूलुल्लाह. इंशाअल्लाह दुआ कर लेते हैं. अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह रब्बिल आलमीन. अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला सय्यिदिना मुहम्मद व अला आलि सय्यिदिना मुहम्मद व बारिक व सल्लिम. रब्बना ज़लमना अनफुसना व इन लम तग़फिर लना व तरहमना लनकूनन्ना मिनल ख़ासिरीन. रब्बना ला तुज़िग़ क़ुलूबना बअद इज़ हदैतना व हब लना मिन लदुनका रहमतन इन्नका अंतल वहाब. ला इलाहा इल्ला अंता सुब्हानक इन्ना कुन्ना मिनज़ ज़ालिमीन. या मुक़ल्लिबल क़ुलूब थब्बित क़ुलूबना अला दीनिक. या मुसर्रिफ़ल क़ुलूब सर्रिफ़ क़ुलूबना अला ताअतिक. अल्लाहुम्मा हब्बिब इलैनल ईमान व ज़य्यिनहु फ़ी क़ुलूबिना. कर्र इलैनल कुफ़्र वल फ़ुसूक़ वल इस्यान वजअलना मिनर राशिदीन. अल्लाहुम्मा आति नुफ़ूसना तक़वाहा व ज़क्किहा अंत खैरु मन ज़क्काहा अंत वलियुहा व मौलाहा. अल्लाहुम्मा इन्ना नस्अलुकल हुदा वत्तुक़ा वल अफ़ाफ़ वल ग़िना. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, please accept this gathering from all of us. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, all of those people who have heard this gathering. Ya Allah, because of their ikhlas, Ya Allah, because of their talab, we beg you, Ya Allah, that you please accept this gathering from all of us. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, please ignore my shortcomings. Ya Allah, my slip of the tongue. Ya Allah, my lack of ikhlas. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, we beg you that you please still accept it from all of us, Ya Allah. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, Ya Allah, once again we have done tawbah from the sins that we have been doing. We beg you that you please accept our tawbah. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, we thank you for the month of Ramadan. Ya Allah, we thank you for the month of Ramadan. We thank you for tawfiq of fasting, of taraweeh, of tilawat, of zikr, of charity, of doing umrah. Ya Allah, of being able to sit in i'tikaf for a few days. Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Allah, if it was not your tawfiq, we would not have been able to do so. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, we beg you that you please accept it from us. Please, Ya Allah, ignore our shortcomings, ignore all the wrongs that we have done in Ramadan and outside Ramadan. And Ya Allah, please accept it from all of us, Ya Allah. Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Allah. Ya Allah, that we cannot do anything without your tawfiq. Ya Allah, we beg you that you please continue to give us tawfiq to do all the goods that we have done in Ramadan and even more, Ya Allah. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, please make us people of istiqamat. Ya Allah, please make us people of istiqamat. Ya Allah, please make us people of istiqamat. Ya Allah, tonight once again we have done tawbah. You also give us istiqamat on tawbah as well, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, please give us istiqamat or tawbah until our death, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Allah, give us perfect cure from all the sicknesses that we have. Ya Allah, physical sicknesses or spiritual sicknesses. Ya Allah, or psychological sicknesses. Ya Allah, please give us all perfect cure and speedy recovery, Ya Allah. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, please protect us all from all the evil, Ya Allah, that is out there. Ya Allah, please keep us all in your protection, Ya Allah. Please keep our families and our children in your protection, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, we send our children to schools, colleges, universities. We are not with them, but Ya Allah, you are with them all the time. Please be with them, Ya Allah, at all times. Keep them all in your protection, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, keep them in good company. Ya Allah, keep them under the shade of your awliya. Ya Allah, please give us all true understanding of deen, faqahat with deen, rusukh fil ilm. Please give us all i'tidal, Ya Allah, that moderation in our deen. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, please, Ya Allah, please, Ya Allah, allow us to act on the ilm that you give us. Please allow us to act on the sunnahs of our Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, give us the best of the dunya and akhirat. And Ya Allah, protect us from all the evil, Ya Allah, of this dunya and the akhirat. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, Ya Arhamar Rahimin, please accept this dua for everybody who's going to come until the day of judgment from our generations, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, also have mercy on our parents as well, Ya Allah. Rabbir hamhuma kama rabbayani saghira. Ya Allah, Ya Allah, our parents who have passed away, please forgive them and raise their ranks. Make their graves from the gardens of paradise. Ya Allah, our parents who are alive, please allow us to serve them, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, make the last stage of our life the best stage of our life. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, please be pleased with us every single second of our life, and especially when it is time to go back to you. Ya Allah, when you send your angels, please send your angels of mercy, Ya Allah, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Allah, please send them with the glad news of maghfirat and Jannat, Ya Allah. Please put that shauq, that desire to have a meeting with you at that time. Please allow us to recite La ilaha illallah at that time before our death as our last words. And Ya Allah, then take us back. Please make our graves and the day of judgment easy for us. And Ya Allah, gather all of us in Jannat al-Firdaus without reckoning, without questioning. And Ya Arhamar Rahimin, please give us all your perfect vision, Ya Allah, and your everlasting rida, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Allah, we don't know how to ask. We are indeed beggars at your door, but don't know the etiquettes of begging. Ya Allah, please give us all that we are in need of, Ya Arhamar Rahimin, of this dunya and akhirat. Please fill our hearts with your love, Ya Allah. Please fill our hearts with your love. Please fill our hearts with your love. Please fill our hearts with the love of your beloved Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Ya Allah, please fill our hearts with the love of Quran. Ya Allah, please also give us tawfiq to recite Quran in the portion of the day and the portion of the night. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, please give us the understanding of Quran. Ya Allah, please give us all the understanding of Quran and the tawfiq of acting upon Quran. Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Allah, please make Quran the coolness of our eyes and the spring of our hearts, Ya Allah.
Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Ya Allah, please, 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 Ya Allah, please, Ya Allah, make us from those people. And Ya Allah, that Quran, for whom Quran will do shafa'at in their favor, Ya Allah. And please do not make us from those people that Quran will stand up against those people. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, we beg you, Ya Allah, the best of the dunya and akhirat. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم صلى الله على النبي الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين والحمد لله.